All right. Welcome to Frank Teaches Devils. In this episode, all right, I will be describing how to monitor Kubernetes cluster using Prometheus and Grafana. All right. In my previous series episode, sorry, in my previous episode, I have described how to monitor Kubernetes cluster using elk stack. All right, using elk stack, and this is a fresh episode where we would love to see how to monitor the Kubernetes cluster using Prometheus and Grafana. All right, okay. So, what's Prometheus and what is Grafana? Prometheus and Grafana, um, they are monitoring tools. Okay, they are monitoring tools. Grafana is more of a visualizer, right? A visualizer that has series of dashboards, pretty nice looking dashboards, and Prometheus is more as um, a data picker or a data aggregator. That we could look it at from that perspective. Look at it as from that perspective. But however, let's see what what Prometheus and Grafana is all about. Let's have what is Prometheus. What is Prometheus? Prometheus is an open source system monitoring and alerting toolkit, originally built at SoundCloud. All right, it records real-time metrics in a time series database built using HTTP pool model. All right, Prometheus is a tool for picking metrics. All right, picking metrics. Okay, and you could also use Prometheus from those metrics picked. You could also use Prometheus to set to configure alerts. All right, using what alert manager. Since alert manager is integrated into Prometheus. However, it's a different tool entirely, but you can still do alerting on Prometheus. Okay, so quickly let's look at Prometheus. Okay, we're not done. So let's say what's Grafana then. Grafana is a multi-platform open source analytics and interactive visualization web application. All right, yeah. So Grafana makes Prometheus look beautiful. That I would say. All right, that I would say. Okay, so let's look at Prometheus. Prome Prometheus.io. Let's look at Prometheus, and you can see from Prometheus.io, you can see that Prometheus, okay, from metrics to insights, power your metrics and alerting with leading open source monitoring solution. Okay, okay. Before I go into this website, let me show us what I have on my um, the diagram I have here, and yeah, before I go to the website. Now, look at this website. Our focus is to monitor what runs on Kubernetes cluster. All right, and this is a kind of a rough sketch. I will call it a rough sketch. This is Prometheus server, and we are assuming that Prometheus server is running on its own server as here. This is a server that hosts Prometheus. Okay. Then we have on one side we have Grafana, which is for data visualization. Then on the other side we have these agents. These are agents. These agents runs on the Prometheus servers. All right. So we have the Kubernetes API. We have Kubernetes node as well, and Prometheus alerting manager. All right. Now, one sec. Okay, so Prometheus collates, it runs on the Kubernetes cluster, and it collects metrics from the Kubernetes node as well as the Kubernetes API. All right, and if you want to set up alerting, it forwards those information, those metrics to the alert manager, where in turn the alert manager configures alerts that forwards to email, other API, and other notification channels. All right. So this is just a rough sketch. This is top level. All right. Top level. All of these, all of these, all of these Kubernetes components, all right, sorry, Kubernetes objects, Prometheus collects their metrics and forward them towards the alerting manager. Let's see the next diagram. This diagram describes how Prometheus actually works, and Prometheus works on the concept of exporter of agents. All right, Prometheus works with the concept of exporter. All right, there are different and n number of exporters. There are different and n number of exporters. Without these exporters, Prometheus is useless. Without these exporters, Prometheus cannot do anything. Without the exporters, Prometheus cannot pick the metrics, cannot pick what to monitor. So that's why we see the exporters as exporters could be termed as agents. All right, as agents. Okay. Now here's the structure. All right. If you want to monitor a virtual machine, all right, you use a node exporter, which is here. All right, node exporter. Now in this context we are monitoring Kubernetes cluster. So for Kubernetes cluster we use what we call cube state metrics. So this cube state metrics is also an exporter for Kubernetes cluster. All right, so that's it, it's an exporter. So there are a lot of exporters. Okay, now on the Grafana side, on the Grafana side um for Grafana to pick up um, Prometheus, or the metrics on Prometheus, Prometheus has to be configured as a data source on Grafana. Prometheus has to be configured as a data source on what, Grafana. Then Grafana will be able to pick all of these metrics: app development, nodes, pods, all right? Then Grafana can get information about those objects running on your Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so now let's see on Prometheus website. We are going to visit the Prometheus website and look at the the different exporters you could set up on Prometheus server. So let's see that. So quickly. All right, so I'll go to prometheus.io. So this is the website, prometheus.io. Then quickly click on what? Download. So the moment you click on download, you will see the basic exporters. Prometheus can also monitor itself. Yeah, yes. Prometheus can monitor itself. This is Prometheus exporter. This alert manager, black box, console, graphite, HA proxy. Okay, memcache, mysqld. This mysqld is for mysql database. This is node exporter. Node exporter is for virtual machines. Push gates, statsd exporter. However, there are other exporters that are not mentioned on this homepage. So we have other exporters and integrations. So click on this link. That link takes us to so many exporters. For databases, we have a lot of exporters. All right. For hardware, we have them. For issue trackers, we have them. For messaging, we have different exporters that Prometheus can monitor. For storage, the same thing. For HTTP, you can monitor Apache, you can monitor Nginx, you can do a lot. All right. For APIs, the same thing. For logging, other monitoring system, you can do the same thing. So now we are just concerned about cube system metrics, which is cube state, sorry, cube state metrics. Okay, so this is the exporter that um, Kubernetes Prometheus uses on Kubernetes. So if I say Control F, let me do something. Cloud Watch. Okay, okay, I'm coming. Um, Kuba, Kubernetes. All right. So we have this Kubernetes here. Then let's check for cube states. There should be cube state metrics. This is the main exporter. Okay. Cube state metrics. Let me open that in the new tab. All right. So this is how you implement it. All right. That's cube state metrics. But the project we are going to be using to set up Prometheus and Grafana for Kubernetes is the Cube Prometheus project. All right. So these are all the exporters. So I'm through. I just wanted to show you how you can deploy. You can look for any exporter you want to target. All right. So Prometheus has all those exporters on it. So quickly, without further ado, let's go to Google. Let's go to Google and type Cube Prometheus project. So the Cube Prometheus project is a project that Prometheus and Kubernetes and Linux Foundation, all right, there are a lot of contributors have put, all right, for a complete and total monitoring system on Kubernetes. All right. So these projects they keep on updating these projects day in, day out. Okay, so this is the Cube Prometheus project, and this is a full-fledged monitoring system. All right, for Kubernetes. Okay, so once you open this Git repo, you go to on the main branch, you go to manifest. On manifest, you see different you see a total monitoring system. You see alert manager, you see black box. Are you seeing the exporters? They are here. You see Grafana. Uh-huh. You see Cube State Metrics. Cube State Metrics is here. You see control plane. You see the node exporter. All right, node exporter. You see the Prometheus operator as well. Then if you go to setup, because we will be using both manifest and setup, you see a lot and namespace. Okay, so what I will do now is I am going to clone this repository. I'll clone this. I'll clone this repository. Copy. I'll clone this repository. I'll say git clone, paste it. But however, I have this file already, this repository on my base machine. So I have that already, which is this is here already. So all I need to do is to change directory into that repo. Then I may also need to change directory to manifest. Okay, change to manifest. Okay, you can see I have set up and all of these files. So the first thing I need to do is to create the resources, the objects. I need to create the objects under setup. So all I need to do is I will say kubectl create minus f setup. All right, I need to create everything under of setup. So let's see if everything goes fine. What is it saying? Oh, sorry, wrong spelling. Wrong spelling. Okay, let's see if everything goes fine. It takes some time. It takes some time. Let me pause the video and I will be right back. Okay, great. So you can see Cube creates setup has created these manifest. So this alert manager, pod monitor, probes, Prometheus monitor, service monitor, and namespace. Okay, so great. So the next thing we need to do now, we need to create all of these objects as well inside of what manifest. So I need to go back cd dot dot. Then I will say kubectl create minus f manifest. Okay, so these also takes a lot of time. So I I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. So you can see it's still going. It's being the objects are still being created. All right, takes a whole lot. It's a full package of monitoring. It's a total package, total monitoring system that Cube Prometheus have put in place. Still being created. Objects are being still being created. So I may still have to pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So far you can see that we've been able to create all of these objects, all of these objects. Okay. Here's our Q state metrics, all of these objects. So now let's see how we can capture all that we have created. So if I say kubectl gets all in namespace monitoring, because I've deployed all of the objects in monitoring namespace. So let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Great. Great. So these are all the objects. So these are all the ports. All right. Those are all the ports. And these also are all of the services. Okay, the services. And yeah, um, we have the deployment and we have the replica sets and also have the stateful sets. Okay, stateful sets. All right, these alert managers are deployed as stateful sets and the Prometheus this. Okay, so if we go to the services, okay, kubectl get service in namespace monitoring. So I just need to get the services. So you can see the all of these services, the type is deployed as cluster IP. Cluster IP meaning that um, I may not be able to access my service, Grafana service, Prometheus service, or even the Alert Manager service externally. All right, I may not be able to access them externally, and for that, I may have to patch. It's either I patch my service or I edit the service. So I'm going to do it two ways. The first one, I'm going to patch the service. All right, I'll patch it as a node type, a node port. I'll change the type from cluster IP to node port. Then for the second one, I'm going to edit it. All right, or let me start with edit. So I'll say kubectl get edit service name, alert main. So these are my services: alert main, Grafana, and Prometheus K8. Okay, so the first one is alert main in this namespace monitoring. So just watch at this port. We should have additional ports. All right, additional ports. We should have additional ports. So I'll go right at the bottom. The type has to be changed to node ports. Escape, save and quit. Um, all right. So service alert manager edited. So if I now say kubectl get service in namespace monitoring, I should have that my alert manager, the type has changed to what? Node port. And I now have this service being served on two different ports, either 30692 or 32216. Okay? All right. So the next method, I'm going to use patching. I'm going to show us how to patch a service. Okay, so you can see this has changed. So I'm going to patch the Grafana service. So I'm going to show us how to patch a service instead of editing the service directly. I'm going to patch it. So I'll say kubectl, right? Patch patch what service. Okay. Service name is what? Grafana. In what namespace? In monitoring namespace. And I use my P. All right. So I'm going to target my spec section. All right. So I would say spec is this. Okay. Open brace, double quotes. My type is node port. That's and this. Okay. So if everything goes fine, our service should be changed from cluster IP towards node port. So if I hit enter, I should have it that Grafana has been what patched. So if I say kubectl get service namespace monitoring, I should be getting that Grafana is now what node port. All right. Then finally is Prometheus disk. You can now see how we can change the type from cluster IP to node port and even to what load balancer. All right. But that's it. That's it. So okay. So cube CTL patch service. Okay. Service name is what? This. Okay. Namespace monitoring minus p spec sorry double quote spec ended there. All right, take it. Type is node what? Node port and brown. That's it. Okay. All right. So kubectl get service monitoring. Okay, so you can now see that Prometheus K8 is this, Grafana is this, then alert manager main is this. So then now let's hop to our browser and see how we can access these services. Okay, all right. This is a complete monitoring system, a full package. Okay, so I'm going to my kubectl get nodes o o wide. Sorry, o wide. Okay, okay. So go to your Kubernetes, my worker one. All right. So go to security. I have a security group here. So open the security group and add those port numbers. All right. So I have these port numbers. Um, I have these port numbers. I have 30. Copy that. Then I also have 31443. I'm gonna change it. Paste. All right. 31443. 31443. Okay, then the last one will be this. Last one will be this. Oh, which is add a new port, custom TCP, paste it. That's it. Then save. Save. So the moment you save your firewall settings, you are good to go. All you need to do, come back to your EC2 instance. Sorry, come back to your EC2 instance and pick the public IP. Pick the public IP. Copy that. It's copied. Let me close some of this. Column. I need column. Let's start with Prometheus. Prometheus is 31543. 31543. 31543. Okay, so our Prometheus server is coming up. Let me duplicate this and let's check um, alert manager. Alert manager is 30692 um 30 3692. So this is alert manager. Then the last but not the least is Grafana. Let's see what we have on Grafana. Grafana is 31443. 31443. 31443. All right, so here we are on Grafana. Let me go back to Prometheus. Let me change. Okay, great. So you can see if I type Kubernetes, I should be getting the metrics. All right, different metrics on Kubernetes. Let me see. Node. I also installed Node Exporter. All right, so we are getting information about the EC2 instance as well. All right, so these are the node disk IO, disk info. You can check disk info. You can execute it. All right, so these are the disk info from this IP. Okay, also from this IP. It's coming from the two instance. All right, so if I say cube, yeah, it's coming from these two instances. This guy and this guy 173 and 30. So this is 173 and this is 30 as well. Okay, so this is Prometheus, but Prometheus is not, it's just metrics. You'll be getting metrics, all right? Just getting metrics. And let me check the status targets. Okay, so you can see my Prometheus is working like winch. It's working like charm. All right, so these all endpoints, these are the endpoints, they are up. These all endpoints is up. Okay, go back. All right, so let's check Grafana. So on Grafana, default username and password is admin. So it's requesting that I change my password. I don't need it. I don't need to change it. All I need to do is just keep it. Just keep and Voila, welcome to modern day monitoring using Prometheus and Grafana. All right, it takes some time. It takes some time, and okay, this is your home page. All you need to do, you go to what search. Go to search, or before you go to search, come to data source. All right, everything has already been set up for you. It has already been set up, pre-configured. You don't need to do anything. That is the beauty of using this project to monitor Kubernetes cluster. Prometheus project. Prometheus project. That is the beauty of this project. All right, so everything, the data source has been set up for you. You don't need to do anything. All you need to do, go to search and just hit Kubernetes. Come on, look at them. Look at them. API server, compute resource, blah blah, they are all here. They are all here. All right, so let's check something. Let's check resource workload. Let's see. Let's see. Do we have anything? Workload. There's no workload. No workload. Let's check. Oh, this is in my namespace. Can you see? There's no workload in this default namespace, but rather it's in monitoring namespace. You can see. Thank you, guys. You can see now. I have workload. So the type is giving me daemon sets. Let me check deployment. If I check deployment, this is a black box exporter. I want to pick these are cube metrics. All right, this is for cube metrics. All right, let me look for something different. Deployment stateful sets, alert manager. So I have alert manager. These are the ports coming. All right, so like these are different ports as stateful sets. If I come here and change daemon sets, these are node exporters. Okay, so this is how you I've started monitoring. So if I don't like 8588, if I don't like this dashboard, I can change this dashboard. I can go to where is that place again? Import a dashboard. Import. Let's click on import. Let me see. I want to discard this dashboard. Let's search for 8588. It's a very nice dashboard. Let me load. Click on load. Load this dashboard. Um, okay, and click on import. So now select your data source. Your data source is Prometheus. Click on what? Import. So the moment you click on import, welcome to modern day monitoring. Okay, so this is a different dashboard entirely. So this is it gives you this is deployment. It gives you okay, all deployments. Let's look at let's see okay, stateful sets. Let's look at what am I getting here? Stateful sets, manager admin, total four, blah 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 blah. So this is how you use the cube Prometheus project to monitor your Kubernetes cluster. All right. So this is it, and this is it for this video. And I thank you so much for your support. And see you in the next episode. Don't fail to like and share. When you like and share, it encourages me to do more. Kindly like and share. And if you have one or two suggestions you need to make, you are always free and welcome to make those suggestions. Thank you and have a good evening.